Here are the 10 best pickleball tournaments for 2022 in no particular order. Let's go! Number 1. Minto US Open Pickleball Championship. Dubbed the biggest pickleball party by the Pickleball Channel and the Tourney of the People by Pickleball Magazine, this tournament is truly a humongous affair by pickleball standards. With over 30,000 spectators from 25 countries and 49 states in the United States, and also boasting 2,500 players, 5,000 matches and over 90,000 viewers, just on the Pickleball Channel alone, excluding those watching via TV and online, the 2022 Minto US Open was the stuff of legends. It was held from April 23rd to April 30th, 2022, with players of all ages ranging from preteens to octogenarians. No one was left out. There was food, there was music and musical concerts. This is one of the most prestigious tournaments in pickleball, and the size of the participants and spectators makes it unique in terms of camaraderie and competition. Formed in 2016, the Minto US Open is not associated with any of the pro leagues. It is held every year in Middleton Community, East Naples, Florida, boasting over 64 pickleball courts. If you want to enjoy the pickleball tourney, perhaps you should plan to visit the tourney in 2024 in Naples, Florida. Number 2. USA Pickleball National Championships. It took place in Margaritaville in 2022 and included events from both amateur and professional competitors. The US Pickleball National Championship brings the top players of the sport from around the country. Not just top professional players, but also lower divisions too. There are various events for various skill levels and various age grades. The youngest players who can register for the event are 8 years old, and there are events for seniors also. The US Open is the oldest major pickleball tournament in the history of the sport. This annual tournament is organized by the US Pickleball, which happens to be the governing body for the sport in the United States. Apart from being the oldest major pickleball tourney in the world, it is also one of the most prestigious. This is where the most skilled come to measure themselves against top seeds like them too. It boasts of a prize pool of $450,000, a lot to play for here. And then another reason for its prestige is that you have to qualify for the competition, making it the only pickleball tournament at the moment where you have to qualify to participate. This, of course, impacts the quality of the competition, making it one of the most competitive pickleball tournaments in the world. The 2022 National Championship had over 5,000 fans in attendance. This was quite historic for the National Championship. So how do you qualify for the US Nationals in 2022? You'd have to take part in one of the 12 qualification tournaments. These tournaments are held across the United States. Now, these are not just qualifying tournaments, they are regular pickleball tournaments organized by both APP and PPA. There are 12 such competitions which are approved as qualifiers. You have to place gold in any of these competitions at any of the age levels to get an automatic ticket called a golden ticket. Participating in the tournament would give you a chance to take part in a lottery draw where people will be picked at random. There are special considerations for seniors 70 years and above, and also for the kids 8 years. For those 70 years and above, all they have to do is take part in any of the tournaments, which gives them an automatic placement in the Margaritaville National Championship. Number 3. John A. Gullo Tournament of Champions 2022. This tournament was played from 17th August to 20th August in Brigham City Pickleball Courts, Utah. This is a smaller pickleball event as compared to the previous two we've seen. This is perhaps one of the facts that makes it prestigious. This is an invitation-only tournament that is for those who are playing. The 2022 edition of this competition was historic because the John A. Gullo tournament was paired with the PPA Tour, so they have 4 days of 2 pickleball tournaments all in Brigham. This was all the pickleball one could have handled in 4 days. It was a lot of pickleball and a lot of fun. The competition had 704 players in participation, both for the amateur and the pro events. The Tournament of Champions is another pickleball tournament where you will find some of the best players in the world, and since it's by invitation only, of course, it is open to all ages from 8 years and above. Number 4. Indoor National Championship. This tournament is one of the newest pickleball events being organized by the US Pickleball. The unique feature of this tournament is that it's held in an indoor location. The The three events we've seen previously were held outdoors. The 2022 edition of the National Indoor Pickleball Championship, which was also the second edition of the tournament, was held in an indoor sports hall in Hoover, at the Hoover Metropolitan Complex from June 7th to June 11th. This tournament hosted close to 1,000 players from all around the country and was open to players from ages 8 to 80 years. Another interesting feature of the 2022 edition was the accommodation plan. An RV park was created close to the sports complex, perfect for those who'd like to camp for the duration of the event. This gave a unique feeling, quite different from what can be had at other major competitions. The Finley Center, where the event took place, is a state-of-the-art indoor sporting facility with room for 28 courts, where games can be played simultaneously. Participants at the games said the staff were fantastic to work with, and there was also a $25,000 prize pool. For spectators, the tournament was free, as the organizers are looking for ways to continue to increase the popularity of the sport. Number 5. Baird Wealth Management Cincinnati Open PPA Tour. There are not many Grand Slams in the US Pickleball tournaments. The Baird Wealth Open is one of them in the PPA Tour. It was one of the best tournaments in 2022, offering a prize pot of $35,000, a participation of 429 players and over 1,000 spectators. This was perhaps one of the biggest pickleball events to ever grace the Midwest. Held in the Linda Family Tennis Center, the entire venue was able to host 42 pickleball courts and matches concurrently. The tournament was held from Thursday 12th May to 15th May 2022 in Braille Boulevard, Middletown, Ohio. The qualification for this event was a 4.5 UTRP in either singles, doubles or mixed doubles. This has applied only to those participating in the pro events. Number 6. National Championships PPA Tour. The state of Minnesota played host to about 1,000 players from all across America, coming to participate in the fastest growing sport of 2022. This particular PPA Tour is number 6 on our list of the best pickleball tournaments of 2022. It was held in Dodds Boulevard at the Lifetime Lakeville facility. This was the PPA first event in Minnesota, and there was $80,000 to be won across various competitions. The tournament was held in January of 2022, with Ororo being one of the major sponsors of the event. Earlier, they had signed a partnership with the Pickleball Professionals Association, which gave them naming rights amongst other things. Ororo is a sporting apparel company specializing in heated apparel. Their participation timing seemed apt, as temperatures were expected to fall below freezing outside the air-conditioned interior of the facility. Number 7. APP Daytona Beach Open. Daytona Beach Open. APP is the Association of Pickleball Players. This body is also recognized by Pickleball USA. The APP and PPA are rivals in some sort of way. Both bodies are sanctioned by the governing bodies to organize pickleball events in the US. The APP Tour in Daytona Beach took place on the 11th of February 2022. It saw over 1,000 participants compete for cash prizes and points too. Number 8. PPA Championships. PPA Championship is usually one of the last events in the PPA Tour, and it's also the last Grand Slam of the season. The one for 2022 wasn't different. It is usually held towards the end of the year. PPA Championship 2022 was held in October 2022 from the 20th to the 23rd at the Darling Tennis Center in Las Vegas. The event attracted some of the best players in the sport, and as always, the amateurs played alongside the championship. This event had some of the big wigs and most popular faces in the sport, such as Jack Sock, John Isner, Ben Johns and more, all competing for a slice of the pie spoon. Number 9. Red Rock Open. Do you know what's so special about this tournament? The location of the event. It happens at 2,700 meters above sea level in Little Valley, Utah. The 2022 edition was the second consecutive Red Rock Open held in Utah. We saw Ben Johns claiming Triple Crown in the competition. He was the first to achieve this feat. This was in 2020. Conditions were imperfect as rain and snow disrupted some games, however it all added to the fun of the competition. Usually the Red Rock Open sees up to 10,000 spectators, since there are few pickleball events in the area. The weather ruined the party, perhaps for some people, but then again it added a bit of challenge to the competition, and it won't be forgotten in a long time. Number 10. Texas Open PPA Tour. This is the last tournament in our list of best pickleball tournaments in 2020, however, it's by no means the least. In fact, the Texas Open is a very important tournament in pickleball. It happens in Texas, a hotbed of the pickleball sports. The greater Dallas area played host to this tournament in 2022. Over the space of one weekend in Overseas Pickleball Club, it saw an influx of over 1,000 players and over 4,000 spectators for the event. Next time, the cash prize pull-off, $133,000 amidst other prizes. There was a lot to play for, and yes, they did play their hearts out. Texas boasts having the second highest number of pickleball facilities. This tells you how important Texas is to the pickleball sports on court. 2022 was rife with pickleball tournaments, over 20 organized just by PPA alone in the US. PPA also organized pickleball tournaments in Australia and other parts of Americas. There were also tournaments organized by AP and also by US Pickleball. Pickleball is growing at an outstanding rate. It's the fastest growing sport of 2022 and we are a part of it. We hope to see more sponsors and therefore more prize money to the poor, which will attract even more participation in the future. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content like this, and see you later.